Oh, goodness. This week we're down in Coconut Grove in Miami Beach, Florida. We're gonna be out fishing with Ray Rocher and live baiting. And those two things are synonymous. This guy pretty much is just revolutionized live baiting, kite fishing down here in Miami Beach. Probably one of the best fishermen in Florida for live baiting, probably one of the best fishermen in the whole country. And I'll tell you, he's a guy that I've idolized. He's inspiring, he's innovative, he's always doing more to improve the sport. And the one thing that I really love about Ray is he's not afraid to share his knowledge. You know, there's so many times that you find that people are so good at things, but they're afraid of other people discovering it. Ray's not that guy. He truly, you know, subscribes to the philosophy that it's better to share your knowledge. And that's what's so nice about hanging out with Ray.
I was born and raised in Miami, and I've been a guide here, fishing guide since about '79, and I've had Miss Brit charters since '99, and so we fish primarily out of South Miami, Coconut Grove, and my wife and I have R&R tackle that we use a lot of, fortunately. It helps out on the bottom line. But anyways, we fish out of South Florida. Typically, we're gonna fish, you know, within 10 miles of Cape Florida, Triumph Reef to maybe Government Cut, maybe a little bit further north. That's generally where we target the different species of fish we catch here.
All right, down here, Miami, Ray Rocher, all about live bait, A to Z live bait. What do you say, Ray? This is that time of the year, you said it's a good time? Kind of don't know what you're gonna catch out here, but live bait's the key, right?
Coolest part of this time of the year is that you have some wintertime fish like the sailfish, kingfish. We also have the dolphin, the tunas, blackfin tunas, which kind of show up late April through June. As a result of all these kinds of fish that we're really hoping for, you gotta have a pretty good variety of bait.
So most days start out this way, out here, sitting on a marker, trying to catch some live bait. We got some out of your pen. You had some pilchers penned up. We're trying to catch some ballyhoo, some thread fins. So important is to start with that live bait. We're gonna do several different techniques. Fly the kites, which is your probably what you're most known for. Flatlining, just seeing what we can do here in the Triton. Obviously, it's a little bit smaller boat than you're used to working with, but
it's all right.
We're gonna make it work.
I'm happy. It's bigger than an inner tube.
That's true. I've seen you do that before. They don't discriminate. You know, they're using anything from mullet to pinfish, sardines, you know, whitebait, which is the scaled sardines, threadfin herrings, which we call greenies. You know, the goggle eye, which is like the quintessential sailfish bait. This is the place that really put live baiting on the map. These guys are super serious about their live bait. They take the preservation of their bait very seriously, the catching of their bait very seriously. If you want to learn anything about live baiting, especially for offshore, this is the place to do it.
See how that's wobbly? What that tells me is I opened the bridle up a little bit.
Too far?
I opened it too far, yeah. So I just shortened the bridle a little bit. It should make it fly stable. If you just hook the bait in the back, usually that opens up a big hole in the tissue over time. But when you bridle, it allows you to position the hook on that band in one spot. You don't get the hook turning back in their gills, right? No matter where you turn it. And secondly, it doesn't wear a hole, especially if we go in the back. The way we're rigging these kite rings into the clips is with a small tension clip that uses this metal ring as kind of a mediator or a pulley. These clips all have graduated holes, 1/16, 1/8, 3/16, and quarter. So as the kite line goes out, these flossed marks grab the clips at different intervals, usually about 70 feet apart. Yeah, free spool, click her off. Go, 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 lock it up, lock it up.
There he is.
How about them apples?
That didn't take long.
That might be a tuna the way he's digging. So the way you're pinching on the way up is absolutely perfect. It doesn't hurt the line at all. Gives you an extra couple pounds. Do you do that a lot tarpon fishing?
Yeah.
The coolest part is if he makes a run, you let go. It's the quickest way. You start playing with the drag. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're talking about small fish or blue marlin, same thing. The finger pressure is the quickest way to add pressure and take it away. Get him. Nice, perfect. Woo!
Nice fish. Good job. Way to put us on them. What a great fish. I mean, the bait was just out there 5 minutes. They haven't had the second bait out yet.
Yeah, just putting the second bait out.
Let's get him in on that brine.
Yeah. So we put a little salt water in the ice. That really makes a big difference when it comes to cooling them quickly. And all you got to do when you bleed them is just cut around that white collar right there. It's going to be sushi quality. Beautiful. Nice job, man.
Perfect. Woo!
We'll
First
be
one
eating
down.
good.
Good job, thank you.
Real-Time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Triton Boats. We take America fishing.
It's hard to find one boat that fits all your needs, especially in Florida. The 260 Triton fits every one of those needs. It floats shallow and it runs deep. 26 feet long, nice and wide, huge platform on the front, a lot of room in the back, and that's really important. I could put 3 or 4 guys on here and comfortably fish all day long. I have a 60-gallon live well. I have 2 1,100-gallon pumps that are constantly feeding this thing fresh water. The Triton has an incredible amount of storage. That's so important, especially in smaller vessels. The amount of storage, the utilization of the space. A console that's ergonomically designed, a leading post that fits me perfectly. Everything is laid out perfectly for the angler. Another unique feature about the Triton LTS is this flat pad. On the bottom, there's a 10-inch pad. What that does is that provides lift. And what that lift does is improve your fuel economy. It also allows me to float shallower. It enables me to get in water that's practically 14 to 15 inches deep. For a 26-foot boat, that's pretty incredible. Day one, the winds were supposed to be forecasted at 15 knots. I was a little nervous about even going out with those kind of conditions. I was wondering, could we get it done? We get out there and the wind drops off to nothing. I mean, literally nothing. You were to put helium on the kite, it would be straight up above the boat and still would not be fishable. Tried it for a while, and you know what? We just realized that the winds are supposed to be better. The next day, we said, let's pack it up, let's head in and prepare for the following day. The great thing about Miami is it doesn't require a long run. It's one of those places where you head out, the reef drops right off, and within a mile or so of shallow water, you're fishing in deep water. Interestingly enough, too, about this area, what makes it so good for kite fishing is the depth changes happen so quickly. Day 2, a little different out here today. We had no wind yesterday. There's no problem with the wind today.
Yeah, no helium needed.
How are we going to adjust? What are we going to do a little different today?
Well, instead of helium today, we use just a regular party balloon, tie it to the back. That way, if it hits the water, no panic. Basically, now we're putting a couple leads on the corners because we're going to fly 2 kites. So that little bit of lead will actually help rotate the kite, say at about a 45-degree angle, and give us separation. Wow. So, you kind of have to weigh all those things out. Am I trying to get spread or just 1 kite out?
Okay.
So in this case, 2 kites, long bridle, lots of lead, kick the kites to the side. Now we're covering a lot more water.
Get him, Ray.
I don't know what we got here.
You got something. Is that the titanium?
Kite out. We'll get this kite going here.
I'll get it 1 sec.
No, we're good. Fighting like a kingfish.
Is it?
That didn't take long.
Nice king. We keeping him or letting him go?
Yeah, we'll keep him. He's big enough. Tell me when you're ready. You ready? Nice.
Nice king right there. Not a bad way to start the morning.
Take it.
That's way down there.
Yeah, let me clip that off. I'll get a new one.
Okay,
Good going.
nice job.
Good going on the gaff.
Real-Time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Maui Gym. Seeing is believing.
Talking with Ray, you can have a kite out and one bait could be sitting in 150 feet and the other bait could be in 180 feet. There's that much drastic of a change that the fishing can be really incredible. It can be condensed in a tight area, and usually when you find that depth that the fish are holding offshore, if you stay in that depth, you're gonna have a great day.
Some days in tournaments, you know, it'll be a 5 or 10 foot range where most of the fish are caught. Not that you won't see a few inside or out, but we want to cover different depths. You know, there aren't a lot of boats out here today. We don't really hear of a certain depth, so that left kite is the one that's really going straight inshore, covering more depths. And that's, so like if you were fishing with your buddy and you wanted to catch all the fish, you just put him on the right side. It's easy.
Right short.
Yeah, right short.
Short. Got him, Ray?
Got something. I don't know what I got. Feeling a little bonita, unfortunately kind of bonita. Maybe a tuna. Head shakes are pretty substantial.
We got that blackfin yesterday. You said there's been a lot of them around.
Yeah, hoping. The difference on the blackfin and the bonitas is the blackfins pop their jaw a lot and you'll feel a lot harder shake right in the beginning. Not to say this isn't a big bonita, but acting more like a tuna.
Is it?
Big, look at the rod tip, big head shakes.
Yeah.
And digging, you know. The bonitas a lot of times will get up on the surface and go racing around. Yeah, you see how this fish is really digging deep? Oh, I got the bottom rod there. Here, just grab this line, let me go under it. Let me see which way. Can you figure out which way I gotta go?
Cut this one?
Now let me just catch this tuna. Slide it over the snap. Let go of everything. You ready?
That's a nice fish, Ray.
Yeah. They're real easy, not many wraps, just kind of fingertips. Just fingertips on him. Pull him, pull him, pull him.
Nice tuna.
Got him. Let me take gaff out of him.
Nice fish.
Yeah, that's awesome,
God.
man. Cool. Thanks, man.
Beautiful. Look at that fish. Some good eating right there.
Yeah, buddy.
Good job. Woo!
Must be May.
To watch him iron out his technique, he said to me, listen, it's gonna take me a little bit to figure all this out, to see how everything's sitting, but he was like a machine. As soon as he kind of got it dialed in, it was amazing to watch. It was like art. It was incredible. The guy's at the top of his game. I was like a sponge taking it all in. I was just sat back in complete awe. Just non-stop, man. Like you said, Ray, there's no two fish that have been the same.
What are we looking at? Come on, what's your prediction?
Oh, dude, I can't call this.
What do you got?
I got a fish.
Let's see, it ate a goggle eye on the right long. It's got a wire leader. So it could be
Kingfish.
anything.
Or a tuna.
Or a tuna.
Down to the bottom he goes.
More like a tuna, huh?
I think it's another blackfin. It's crazy. A little less than ideal conditions for the bay boat, I gotta be honest. You know, it's blowing 20 at Valley Light this morning. And close together. I tell you, it's easy to fly the kite on a day like today. The nice thing about Miami is, you know, we're several miles off the cut here. It doesn't take that far of a run to be in fishing water. Take your time getting out here. Once you get set up, the bite is so good. I mean, live bait's the way to go down. The way to go when you're down here. This one ate a goggle eye. We got an assortment of goggle eyes, pilchards, even pinfish in the well right now. Give you the leader?
Watch out, he may take off here. Don't be tip wrapped.
Sorry,
No
sorry,
problem.
sir.
Oh, cool. What happened was he was wrapped around his pec fin. Watch your tip wrapped. He was wrapped, and you remember I was talking about a fish being upside down on the gaff. They kind of get yeah. So he was wrapped upside down, and he was just kind of laying there. As soon as he came unwrapped, he took off. Get him, headshot. There you go. Throat's even better. Nice.
Look at that
Nice. Woo! That one's even bigger.
That's a nice blackfin. You
Cool.
got some chunky
Cool,
blackfin
man.
down here.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. George, we're eating good tonight, buddy.
Woo! That is a fat blackfin.
Yeah, a nice box, man.
Woo! God.
Welcome to Miami.
Live bait in Miami doesn't get any better than that.
Let's catch another one.
Real-Time Florida Sportsman is brought to you by Ray Marine. Don't just go fishing, go hunting underwater.
People are always wondering how these power poles work. It's a pretty incredible design. Pretty much a scissoring action with a hydraulic ram, you know, hydraulic pump inside the boat, wireless remote, which is awesome, and then just a fiberglass spike that can drive down into the sand, into the mud, or actually hold you on a rocky surface. Another great thing about it is you can operate these together or independently. So I can be in a situation where, let's say I power pole the boat down, I want it to pivot one way, I can put one of the blades up, let the boat pivot around, then drop the other blade back down and kind of reset myself. So you can do a lot of different things with these. Dual power pole seems like maybe a little bit of overkill on some boats, but I tell you, I can't imagine not having both of these on the Triton. I can't describe to you how hectic things are when you get out there in a situation like this. The seas are rough. It's Ray and I in a 26-foot Triton bay boat. You know, the waves are breaking over the bow. We have 2 cameramen on board that we're trying to fit all this gear in. We got a camera boat next to us running circles around us. Ray's fishing 6 lines off a kite, of course, a couple flat lines, and then, you know, you get a fish on. Things go from crazy to all out hectic. The crazy thing is, you're fighting a fish and you still have 4 lines out the back. You know, he's not pulling those baits in, he's still fishing. He wants multiples, he wants triples and quads of sailfish. So we're continually fishing, not stopping what we're doing, and it's just all out pandemonium.
Got some on here.
On?
Come on, Georgie.
Where at?
Right there, the one that's bent. Remember we talked about this. When in doubt, go for the one that's bent. Might be a sail.
Ray, are you gonna reel fishing today?
Nope.
God.
I didn't tell you, I didn't bring my fishing license.
Right long.
Yeah, I got you.
Sail.
Sail.
Sail on the right long.
Right middle.
Right middle. The one that's bent, right, Ray?
Yeah, go for the one that's bent.
How do you know which one to grab? He said, Ray said, grab the one that's bent.
Because there's so much crap out there, we have no idea what's what.
This is crazy.
Bonita?
Bonita.
Here, give me the leader on that one. That's a full-grown one. Let me get that leader.
Okay. You want me to crank the big engine up?
Yeah, and then we'll move over there. Oh, awesome.
I'll get the whip.
Yeah.
What a day, man. Kingfish, big old blackfin, and it's just turning noon right now.
Yeah. Good thing you caught us on a good day.
God.
It's amazing how much it changes from day to day.
I know. Yesterday there was a breath of wind.
Wind is key, you know?
We got out here, it's rougher than you know what, but you know what? It makes for good fishing.
Yeah. Gonna jump.
Nice.
Cool. You got him?
Got him.
Beautiful, man. In gear?
That is a big sail.
That's what it's all about, brother.
Nice.
Fun day, man.
Woo! I can't handle anymore. I cannot.
Uncle?
That's it. I call it.
Yeah, that was
It's
cool.
not 1 o'clock, and
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, that's what you hope for.
Wow, what a day.
The difference a day makes, huh?
Whew. The wind blew and the fish chewed. We came in a bay boat. It was a first time experience for Ray fishing with kites in a bay boat. You know, I've done it before, but I wanted to see the expert do it. I wanted to take it to that next level, and now I realize that I can do that. I can comfortably go out there, fly 2 kites, fish 6 lines. May not be as pretty as he did it, but I know it can be done. That thing just jumped from the sky. He jumped out of the tree, landed on the ground. He jumped out wherever he was, right there. He fell all the way down on the ground. I'm on?
Tell me when
You
you're
turn me
ready.
on? Not quite as much room on a small boat.
It's all right, keeps it interesting. See if I can gaff you in the kneecap.